Oh, I like that the Tech9 has come out from KTEX. He's probably been maybe the most impressive passive mid setup coming up. Bolts and Phelps trying to crossfire between one another. And the T side, there is going to be contact being made soon. Oh, what a shot from Bolts.
Start out for the boom side. Further contact coming through. Showtime will take him down, but he's got that tag damage on towards KTEX, and Yell's just sitting back here towards the A site cross on the elevator position, spotting them coming around the corner. Gets the tag off, but also gets dinked down by the Glocks. And Cello watching in from the back side here towards B, seeing him coming in from that mid stack. He'll do some damage. Phelps will get that kill in the end. Two will line up for DZT, but Cello's still able to hold on before getting picked apart to a 2-on-2. So they secure the B site and get a bomb plant down from Imperial. ZQK will take a fight of his own right. 72 points of HP, 69 also on DZT. As they desperately look for the likes of SAZ, he does go falling, and it's all left to Yell. 1 versus 2 for him now with the boom side. He does get picked apart with a low HP on the right.
Just completely overwhelmed from the mid presence, even after finding that opening pick and putting them in a 5 versus 4 for Boom East.
Depending on your perspective of things, a Deagle headshot may be easier to land than a Scout headshot, but that depends again on your perspective. I mean, certainly that's how I think, but I'm terrible with both weapons, so. Phelps certainly is not terrible in his own right, gets that kill on ZQK. KTEX seeing 2 more CTs out here, and Bolts gets a secondary frag onto the next man. Nades up, and he's got himself a double. It's a 2-on-4. And well, the Deagles may just work out on this day here, Dweg.
Oh, this is phenomenal. And for Imperial, this is a very difficult position to be in. Showtime at least taking down the B anchor, but you almost have to expect that he needs to do so much more. They're going to be able to bring that bomb over to the B bomb site. Man advantage still in favor of Boom. Oh, that was almost an opportunity for Yell.
We'll see where Showtime is as well. Call it out to his teammates. Pop flash in, takes the man down. Couldn't flip back on the DZT, but S8Z turns his AK on for a frag.
Coming up for Boom Esports is successful. 2 AKs up on that CT side. Tech9s and Deagles out for Imperial. All of them rushing into the A ramp area. Trying to take the fight to the CTs extremely quickly with the flashbang, and the nade should be able to do a lot of damage.
And there goes Delboni for the first. 2 players on A site directly to defend. The third could rotate to support them. Is he actually on alleyway? I think he is. You can see the B player's moved his way out the B site and it's going around for a big old backstab. That's Cello. Moving in from the connector position. Going to keep his eyes on and potentially just cover off the rotation, play anti-rotate. Ziel picks up KTEX for another kill. 2 players remain standing here for the T's, and Bolts gets 1 as KTEX, sorry, DZT I should say, gets taken out by...
Into, or sort of underneath, near that A ramp area. And what that allows is to cut off any rotations from the ramp area over to the B bomb side. So a lot of information gets taken up for the Boom side, but it's just Glocks and they're rushing J, trying to see if they can find anything, and they do find 1 kill.
DZT with a rifle to work with, but everyone else gets cleaned up very shortly after the fact. That weapon in the last one, I think he was a top fragger for Boom Esports. At least he was one of them, you know, alongside potential Cello. It was all thanks to the stuff he pulled off with that AWP, taking wall bangs, quick kills, opening kills, everything. Very fast play out from Imperial here on the ramp defaults. The spray's blind from the AK. Does give up his position, but it also is a given that someone will be defending that construction position. It's very passive from Imperial, other than the initial face up to the ramp area.
Oh, and at least for Imperial, they've been able to take ramp control extremely quickly. A little bit of a wallbang damage. Can't do as much as you were able to before.
I thought it was completely negated by that.
It's not completely. The damage is certainly down. You can still wallbang through it, but it's nowhere near as penetrable as the wooden panels were.
Delboni gonna go falling under the hands of SHZ for the opening kill. Showtime getting Phelps eventually finding the kill on the man of the CT forces, and overall they have a HP advantage for the Imperial side. So this smoke from ZQK could offer them a chance to make their way into the bomb site with a secondary smoke down towards the right cross. They've still got SAZ on site though. He's going to take a fight that he can win. A spray towards Showtime, lining up towards the second man. He's done the damage, and Bolts completely. Brian can take out KTEX. With the AWP of Yell also then supporting the Molotov, lands a bit too deep, but Yell does decide to fall back to the backside anyway. Continuing to take blind shots towards the site. The nades also going up. They almost take Showtime down. DZT seeing them cross out towards the orange box is taking Cello out for his trouble. AWP gets Showtime and DZT turns into 1 versus 1. Yell couldn't quite land his kill, but the M4 is out. Automatic weapons for the CT forces. He does not see where the last T-side player is at, and DZT playing so close with his Galil. Yell's going to try and wrap around from the backside, and this is the best play that he can possibly find out of this one. It's very slow and careful right now, just can't afford to give up his position. He's got the defuse kit in, and DZT is going to make his way into the advanced angles. He's read this play like a book, but bomb's not planted for him. Yell's got to get on site right now and stick the defuse. It's spotted by the Galil, and DZT gets 3 to bring Imperial to 2.
Imperial already being able to put up the amount of rounds that we saw from them in their own map pick of map number 1 in this best of 3. And let's see if they're able to find a little bit more on Vertigo.
Look at the nades. Ooh, Phelps.
Yeah.
Return nades, though, coming in, though. They damage up 2 players of the T side, so Boom can get away with that pretty nice.
One thing you'll notice, especially for the CTs, is there won't be too much aggression coming out from mid anymore. Without that sandbags area, there's almost no cover for any kind of a B split. Something that we've seen from Imperial already.
We're going in for the A commitment once again here. 20 seconds to the clock is going to be very, very low. The bomb gets dropped to the AWP as Yell is unable to get the opening kill. Delboni will try to take him down as SHZ goes very low on HP. Good opening frag for the T's, and they storm the A site to go for the plant here. Nothing that Boom can do about it, and with a heavy investment, being a man down, a smoke.
It was a bit of an awkward position coming out from Yell around that alleyway position, so he actually was kind of looking at the T-side presence that he'd known is there, but with the players of the T-side already pushing up, he kind of gets just stuck in the open. And for Boom, saving onto 3 M4s is their best bet. Imperial keeping all 4 players alive, at least for now. We're tied up, Jay.
Going to place themselves here, though. We'll see the setups towards mostly A here. Yep. 3-1-1 is just taken away by a little bit of utility usage and a nade to follow up from Cello that will take the only player that's stuck around to low hate. They're all on 100. Imperial, the same can't be said. Here come the smokes, here come the Molotov. The flashbang also over from K-Tech to try and line up the player in alleyway. Phelps will look on as SHZ drops off the orange boxes. Damage has been done towards Phelps. He lines up 2, only gets the 1, but sees them all crossing as the CTs fall further away. We'll look for that bomb plant in a moment's time here. Bolts gets down, Showtime, and doubles up through the smoke, getting 3. ZQK out, and Phelps will finish off Delboni. A brilliant sequence there from
4th round, and that's the AWP coming on the back of Yell. CTs for them to think that it's definitely an easy idea to sort of come up with, but I would like to see it at least a couple of rounds in this first half.
Eco out for the Imperial side, going to concede potentially a 2-round lead. Back to the Boom squad. The AWP starts things off with an opening kill on Delboni. Unnecessary utility down from the CT to try and force them off position. The nade standing by for Bolts. He's ready to try and take him down. Repositioning from that top mid area. Expecting Showtime. Takes him out. Nade up against ZQK will do some damage. Not as much actually. The Deagle comes in, takes the man down, looks towards sight, but he has committed the bomb. So that's probably the best chance the Imperial had of winning the round or getting anything out of the bomb plant with the bomb plant bonus. Now completely out of play. With the spray from SHZ. Finishing off K-Tex. Getting...
You can kind of understand why that's the case.
Bit too heavy of a commitment to see this gun come to fruition, but AQK's the AWP. Opt to go ahead and buy that weapon and try to do some sort of damage out from this one. SHZ gets spotted and sprayed, but Yell gets a trade.
Defend at B is just Cello all by himself, and it's a good read because the bomb's making its way up through the ramp area into the A bomb site.
Taps from Phelps, a brilliant shot towards K-Tex. He does take damage of his own right. That nade could be deadly if Showtime places it right. Molotov will force his teammates away from ramp, and the AWP goes down on the CT side. Yell taken out, and look at how close Phelps is in the midst of the smoke. So much damage done to DZT, bursting through, and he does swing it wide and get taken out of the edge of the smoke. The plant will be secured here. AWP in the back of the site over towards Sandbags. Nade against ZQK will do a ton of damage, but won't take him down. It's Cello and Bolts swinging in. They see the AWP bursting to do the damage, try and force him back for another moment here. The smoke also comes down to keep him away. They know where 2 of the players are. Where is the 3rd man? Bolts desperately looking for this kill. Showtime, now it's his time to shine as ZQK goes falling. Cello gets the trade back and doubles up for the defuse and the AK and the 6th for Boom Esports.
What a retake coming out from Boom. Imperial, although they gave up the information of the Sandbags player and the default player, it's Imperial, and it's going to be the half-buy investment yet again for the T side.
Tech 9s are plenty out. Deagles and everything, all the nades, all the damage. As per usual for Boom, it seems like this utility usage is just on point right now for these guys.
Straight into the trap.
Might have no choice but to walk into the trap at this point.
Yeah.
AWP will trade places with bolts here as he puts incendiaries down. The utility being used up pretty liberally here on the CT side, I should say. And that T's will go in. Bolts gets one. Phelps going to line up one good kill. DZT, however, left alone as his teammates fall behind him. And S8Z ends up
for all the nade, all the rounds. Boom, already with the first map advantage. And this is the first time that we've actually seen aggression coming out from the CTs into this mid position. Phelps. This is a good change-up, and I like the way that even with Boom, things are working well for them. They keep changing it up, and they probably won't expect Bolt to reach this position. And look at that. They win out the 4v3, and they keep on that man advantage. I love the way that Boom are continuously changing these setups on the CT side. They're getting so much info, and for Imperial, you have to think that they're allowing Cello just too many rounds to get aggressive out from B, because at the moment, these defaults are just not finding picks and information, Jay.
And much like how the Imperial defaults were struggling over on their T side of Inferno, we're seeing the same stuff come through from here. And they play 106, so not quite as bad, but even so, Phelps doing some major damage so far in this one. And everyone from Boom is stepping up at the moment.
Oh, the nades again. They don't do a massive amount of damage, but just that little tag damage from one HE, and then another HE 20 seconds later, and then another, and it just kind of and now I'm just looking at Cello like he's just aggressive again at the B bomb site. Now he might actually fall
re-aggress now down towards that B bomb site position, because like this will be the first time he's ever been challenged, and Imperial have spotted him out. Because he hasn't gone for like overly aggressive backstabs. They don't know that he likes to push in, or they know that but they don't realize that he likes to get aggressive, but doesn't get too greedy with it. And now that he's finally been spotted, he might not play that position anymore. Back to the action though, it's the A site hit coming in. Imperial might secure a bomb plant, but then Yell's taking more blind shots. Seems to be a nice choke point on that left-hand side of the bomb site position. They will get S8Z. He sees one of the pistols. Showtime doubling up, actually. And Phelps looking for his kill on the man. Takes him down. Sees Showtime making his way out position. The AWP legs him, tags him, takes him down with the head. And Boomer up to 9-3 on the CT board.
Yeah, look, the spams of the M4s you could definitely agree with, but the AWP shots, I mean, that is very difficult to do. And, again, it's going to be a 6-round lead, and fast play into that ramp position, and I almost think Delboni has gone down to 60 or 70 points of health every single round within the first 10 or 15 seconds, Jay.
Sprays up, Delboni taking Phelps down. Looking for sprays back to the next man here, DZT. The bomb to his control. I'll rotate out to join the remaining T-side forces, but you see that one kill was coming for so much damage in the next two. ZQK does get yelled though, a 5-on-3 for the first time in the favor of Imperial. So the M4 sees that AWP, nades it down, will not be able to take it down, but will do, again, so much HP damage to the to the T-side. K-Tech's taking a tag to 1 point of health, and finally a kill returns. This could be the start.
And we are seeing a lurk here from ZQK. If he's able to take down one member, that should be the rotate back to the A bomb site. But they're going to stay at B.
This could be big for them. Look at the positions they're playing. One player outside the edge of the scaffolding sees one, takes him down, sees a second for a third frag in Showtime. He might win it on his own.
Goodness.
Cello doing massive stuff, and there's nothing that ZQK can do. I can't believe he's just won that. And the HP advantage does work out for them, but they're...
So I reckon I can clutch this. Unbelievable. Literally, this is such a similar scoreline than what we saw in the first map.
I can't believe that. Such a massive play from Cello, and he's been a man that's been stepping up all day alongside the likes of Yell. Been beautiful for Boom so far, and this one just continues to get better and better. 2 picks traded back for 1 on the A site face, and they force the T side players off of the ramp position. Just like killing them off more than anything else. ZQK does get bolts.
Cello, still the man of the hour at that B bomb site. Flashbang coming out. Does he get any presence? Still has a smoke grenade. Not left on the clock. That's almost a TK attempt to come out from Showtime, but he still wins out the fight. 2 versus 2. The CT's rotating.
Nades up. SHZ going to take it to the face and now look towards Showtime next. Boost up, spots him there, spots the man towards the sandbags area. And now ZQK picking up his AK, small gap in that smoke to work with, and SHZ going to take his time. He knows how to deal with this. So the AK goes to his favor, the AWP stays.
Might even have just only been one tactical. They're just letting this lead slide at this point. Boom Esports, they're having such an easy time. And this isn't even funny anymore.
Nays to do early damage, a very fast commitment from Imperial. Spray up for Delboni, gets himself one. Showtime steals the second. Phelps gets away with a frag of his own right, and ZQK sneaking in from alley.
A lot of time. That's something that they can work with. But look at the util from Boom. That's the thing that worries me the most.
Oh, not quite as much damage to K-Tex, but he'll know there's a player close. Two players coming in from ladder. Phelps going to watch out for this. He can't get a pick on Delboni. But flash in, and Imperial still have two players to deal with back here. Spray up for one. Here comes Cello with a second, potentially a third. He's got to turn back around. Delboni going to trade back, and Bolt's got so little HP to deal with. Well, a new Boom came to the server, and one that not Imperial nor us were expecting here, Dwayne. 12-3 on their map pick going into the T side. Another situation where if they win this pistol, Imperial may be as good as boned here. But out to the defaults here, the defuse kit on ZQK, a smoke also in for the CT forces, a flash for DZT. Mid-control established very early on by Boom. They're going to go quick in towards the B-side split. We did not see this from Imperial. We talked about it a lot in that first half, and it's going to go very effectively for Boom. But Delboni will get a kill and two coming up as he cuts off some of the mid players. The bomb plant will be secure, but it's a man advantage for the CT retake coming in. I say that, and Bolts gets two, looking for three, not quite four. But DZT left alone with plenty of work to do, and Cello will finish the job.
And we said that Imperial needed to win the pistol round in the first map. We said it again on the second. 13-3. And they're just rushing through the B stairs.
Oh,
this is an opportunity to at least do something.
Well, they needed a ballsy play.
Yeah.
It's not how much is a certainty, but Bolts are trying to count for them here as the pistols go up, the nades up. Will actually do a dig down on towards him. They might take him down if they're not careful. No, the CTs do clean things up. USP back from ZQK. Gets himself a kill on towards Bolts. Phelps, no idea where this man is. Now, actually, they've taken both of the rifles out of their hands, so they have done...
That AWP has, if it's saved over, would be massive. Considering there was, like, no investment, I believe that it was all stock pistols, whether I might have... They second kill. This is two AKs.
ZQK stay alive here against the MAC-10s. There's no Kevlar, no helmet. Yeah.
And that's a great point.
Reno's initial couple of footsteps, and Boom giving up the info, but still taking the face. Good headshot from Phelps, takes the man down. Flash going over, does not see DZT towards the back lines, but he gives up his angle, and they'll know that someone played this on the Boom CT defensive to get a 1 versus 4 clutch. They'll be able to deal with it. Incendiary back, nades up. A spray from DZT does drop that bomb and get the info out that it's there. With the MAC-10 of Yell sprays through, takes him back past second electric box. And a 3-on-3 situation. The nades will come through. The plant yet to get secured. The sprays back from Yell doing a ton of damage though. K-Tex on 2 points of LZQK gets a kill. Cello gets Delboni, and K-Tex still in play for this one. Going, falling, eventually leaving it all to the last man. ZQK was one of the AKs that was saved by Imperial in that last eco. And Cello takes the face for 3 frags. Map and match point for Boom Esports.
Boom, but not an advantage like this. This has been Boom really stepping up today, and Imperial just not showing up on the server as well. They go for the double AWP presence. They have to try something.
DZT hoping to find a pick in the midst of the smoke out here towards Ram. SHZ is going to take the challenge. The first shot missing, not connecting with the second. He gets tagged to 2 points of health. Meanwhile, the mid face also gets faced away from the T-side forces. You can see Phelps making his way in alongside Bolts here. They're going to try boosting up to take the challenge against the AWP. This could be brilliant if he makes it happen. ZQK not seeing anything at the edge of the smoke. Is he going to get seen now? Phelps. Oh, he sees him now. Small bait, taps up, he gets taken down. K-Tex next up here towards the stack position, and he will get a kill of his own right. Trying to follow up against Bolts, it won't happen. And now Showtime on the B site is what remains of the CT forces. Taking Cello down. Got Yell and SHZ to deal with, and that will be dealt with just as easily. Delboni and DZT, 3-on-2, 2 HP for DZT. And the AWP desperate to face in as Del Boney looks for a kill. He does get Yell. SHZ on the bomb site here. The AK around the corner, lines them both up, takes down one, gets the headshot for the second. 16-3, utter devastation from Boom in this series. As you say, 32 rounds gained to